Okay, this is C7. First thing I'm going to do is check my paper's lined up, and as you can see it isn't. It's a really important thing to do, is to make sure that your paper's always lined up before you start, because if you get it out, if it's out, then everything's going to be out in your drawing. So that's us all straightened up here. Okay, first things first, what we're going to do is take a look at which set square we need for this. This is a planimetric drawing. What you want to do is take a set square and then have a look at the angles up here where X is. Really what you're looking for is being able to fit your set square into the angle between, this is like the top, the ceiling, and this is the wall, kind of join between the walls, and clearly that doesn't fit there and doesn't fit there either. So we're looking at using this set square, which you can see fits in there perfectly. So the first thing to do really is draw out the floor and get the floor laid out. What a planimetric drawing is it's basically the plan rotated through an angle, and then once you've got the plan drawn, you project up from each of the footprints on the plan, and then add some detail. So let's get going with this, and let's see first of all what height is the ceiling, floor to ceiling. So floor to ceiling, measuring with the compass, is that height there, and that's possibly going to be exactly the right height here. So actually a wee bit longer, so we add a wee bit to that there. So that's the wall that runs down there, that wee wall there. So just going to add to that. Okay, so I've added to that there. X is here, so basically X is there as well. So that distance between there and there is the distance between there and there. Okay, so we're going to measure that up and mark that one here. So that line is actually, that wall is actually the right length, and then that wall there from X is measured from here. Okay, so mark that one there, and that's actually the right length. So these are the tops of the wall, so, or the ceiling. So we're going to drop down from them, and drop down from them, from there. And how long do we drop down? Well, we drop down the length of the ceiling. So that's this length here. So I'll just measure and mark that down to there. Measure and mark that down to there. Okay. Now this line here, which is the bottom of the wall, should be parallel to this one. So we'll get the set square in and draw that in. I'm going to draw it in lightly because we won't see all of that once the furniture goes in. And then this line here, which is parallel with the ceiling, we use this set square like this. So that's us got that wall there and that wall there. Now you need to complete the floor. So just use the set square. Line here should be parallel with these lines. And we'll line down like that. And then this line here, which is that line, should be parallel with this one. So draw a line down. You can see we've just missed it, so I want to line that up. So that's us got the floor. Now, with confidence, I can darken in this line, and I can darken in this line, because I know there's not going to be anything in front of these. Okay. This line here and this line here are going to be largely hidden by the details in the room. Okay, also this vertical here we can line in quite heavily, and we can line in this as well quite heavily, so it's easy for you to see what's going on. I'm just going to rub off that wee line here just to neaten things up. Okay, so we're ready now basically to transfer these footprints onto here. So get the compass and do some measurement. So I'm going to do that quite quickly. Measure that size there, mark it on there. Again from X, measure the other side, mark it on there. Okay, I'm going to measure how far in this couch comes, mark it on there, and measure how far it comes in from the other end, mark it on there. I'm going to mark how far in the kind of cushion part is as well, and mark that on. I'll mark how far in this back cushion comes in, and I'll mark that on here. I'm just trying to take as many measurements as I can. Okay, I'll now start to, any lines that come out from the wall have got to be parallel with the walls. So that comes out there, that comes out there. How far out? Well, you measure it here, and mark it on. So this is me getting the footprint for the bookshelf, that goes in there, and then the couch comes out from the wall there, and there, and then the middle of it is about there, because we marked that, and we know how far along the cushion comes because we measured that as well, so the cushion comes along here. How far out does the whole thing come? Well, we measure that. So what I'm trying to do, as I said before, is get the footprint of everything. So you basically get the footprint there of the couch and of the bookshelf there. Okay, this is a rug which just sits flat on the floor, so you know, I'll measure that, but I'm going to add in a couple of extra lines. And I'll add a line there, right the way through. And the idea is just so that I've got a kind of reference. So the measure how far out it is from this wall, and I think I'll just mark it here. I know it's that far out, it's this far in, and let's just mark a couple of lines out from there. I know it's roughly in here, this region here, so I'm not going to mess up and drawing with too many lines. How far in it actually is, I measure from here, from X, so I can mark that there, and then just join these up so it comes to there. And how long is it? Comes out to there. And mark that in. Okay, let's do some firming in. Firm these in. Okay, right, that's stage one complete.